Hey Peeps, welcome to another video and happy new year, happy 2019. Welcome to my semi-new setup. It's all changed in my place, and if you haven't been watching the vlogs, I have basically had a massive move around in my apartment. Here is what we are working with now. So I hope you like. I really like this background because we've still got some shoes. We still have some shoes. We have shoes, we have jewellery, we have lovely gifts I've been given. So yeah, I'm really liking this new setup. I'm going to kick the year off with the proper videos with my hashtag 2018 Make 9 review and 2019 Make 9 plans. For 2018 I thought I had made fairly ambitious plans but very doable plans, and I managed to make a grand total of 4 of the 9 things that I had set out to do. As you can see here, the first one was the Kelly anorak, and I have finished that and it's sat right next to me. I have literally actually just finished that this afternoon. It needed its press studs and I'd been putting that off for so long because I was terrified that I was going to ruin it. But it's done and it fits and I love it. Number 1, Kelly anorak, I have finished, and I did majority finish it in 2018. Next one was the Pauline Alice hemispheric coat, and that is still very much up on my radar of things to do. I know what fabric I want to make it with as well. I have the lining all sorted out. The thing that I'm struggling to find is the outer. I really want it to be navy, so I am looking for a beautiful navy wool coating, and I'm going to the knitting and stitching show next month, so I'm hoping that I might be able to find something there. But the hemispheric coat didn't get made last year, but fingers crossed, no, it will be made this year. Next up is the, oh no, this is a Vogue one, and I think it's the 9044. I think it's the one that comes with the Craftsy class, and Mum and I both have our fabric now to make it, and we both want to make it at the same time and follow along with the class. So again, with this one it was not having the right fabric on hand, but we do have that now. We got some gorgeous coating from Montreux Fabrics, and even better, we got it in the 30% off sale, so both of us have our fabric for that coat, so now we just need the time to make it. Next up was the Lunar overnight bag, and from Chris W Designs. Totally going to make this year. The thing that held me back this year was I wasn't going on a holiday, and then I was going on a holiday, and all of the spare money that I had to go towards paying for that holiday, and the cost of the interfacing and the hardware for this bag runs to around about £90. It's not a cheap make, so it was go on holiday or have overnight bag to go on holiday with but not be able to afford to go on holiday, so going on holiday one. Next up we have the Deer and Doe Bruyere shirt, which I did make. I still need to do some tweaks to. I'm not in love with it enough to make it up in the fancy fabric that I've bought for it. I did a full bust adjustment and I need to tweak that a little bit. I gave myself a little bit too much room, and so I need to go back and tweak that. And I'm also contemplating tweaking the collar as well, because I have discovered this last year that I have a love of collar stands, which I'll talk a little bit more about when we get to the Vogue dress. So yes, I have made it, not in love with it yet. It has massive potential, will make it again. Next up is the Closet Case Patterns ginger jeans, and I fully intended to make them last year, but I had a little bit of a realization that I was at my biggest and that I wanted to lose some weight, and I have lost a stone since then, since about April last year, which is great because I'd rather have it come off slowly and be maintainable, which it is. I fully intend to lose another stone, and I didn't want to be making jeans for my current shape when I was going to be losing weight, especially as they were skinny jeans or straight leg jeans. So I might switch it over, because I have the Morgan jeans from Closet Case Patterns, which are more of a boyfriend fit, and those, if I lost weight, probably would still look pretty good. So I might put in the Morgan jeans this year to my Make 9, but I'm not 100% sure as yet. I will make the Closet Case Patterns ginger jeans at some point, but it will be when I'm a little bit happier with how I'm looking. It's a vanity thing, but it's also a health thing. I used to be a lot more active, and now doing what I do for a living, I am very much less active, and I need to get that activity level back into my life. So it's a health thing as much as it's a vanity thing. So next up is the Mrs. Depew evening gown. Mum and I were going to do something quite fancy for our birthdays. Mine's at the beginning of May, Mum's is at the end of May, but that all kind of fell through, so I had no need for an evening gown. But I have just managed to secure myself tickets to the dressmakers ball this year, so I will be making this dress, and it was going to be part of my 2019 Make 9 grid because I am really excited about it. Didn't make it last year, we'll be making it this year. Next up we've got the Nina Lee Q dress, which I absolutely love, and I did make. I got as far as putting in the buttons and buttonholes, and it just needed hemming, and it's still, I need to do some more tweaks to it. I added an inch of length to the bodice, and I need to add another 1.5 inches of length to have it actually sit on my waist, which I was quite surprised about. But for any of you short-waisted girls out there, that dress is perfect. I really like the Nina Lee Q dress though. I did the version with the straps and the little kind of decorative wings, and I found those very restrictive. I thought it was an ingenious method of construction. I really liked how they went together. I like how they look, but for me, for that kind of dress, I couldn't do, you know, I couldn't move in it, and that sort of dress would be something that I would like to go salsa dancing in, because whilst it has a full skirt, it's not got such a full skirt that if I twirl, I'm going to flash over on my knickers. I have made it, do like it, want to make it again, need to do quite a lot of tweaking to it. I would like to make the other version as well with the sleeves and the yokes on it as well, because I think that would look really cute. And then the final one is the Vogue 9077, I think that's right. Sorry, I've only got the pictures down here, I haven't got the pattern numbers. I have made this, and I made it out of the Militaire crepe, Wonder crepe from the Fabric Room, and I really wanted to love the dress, but I'd gotten to the point where all it needed was hemming and buttons and buttonholes. I absolutely hated the way that the collar went in. It was one of those ones where you reinforce the corners and then clip into them, and I didn't like it. I thought it looked messy, so I took the collar off. I undid the placket because the placket was finished seamed at the top, so I undid that seam so that it was raw, and then I added a collar stand and collar from the 6696 pattern, and it fit perfectly. I absolutely love that dress, and I'm really pleased with it, and I plan on making another one, and I do plan on doing a sew along with it as well, because as well as tweaking the collar, I added in a back yoke because that's just a preference of mine, and it also meant that I got to use some pretty fabric on the inside, which is I think pretty much the only reason I did that. But I really liked the shape, and I liked how it fitted and flared, so yeah, I was really pleased with that one. So as I said, 4 out of the 9, not the best score rate, but you know, I was really pleased with the ones that I have made, and I do intend to make the other ones at some point. So for the hashtag 2019 Make 9, I am changing things up, and lots of people are doing that this year. They're kind of, rather than giving themselves hard and fast patterns that they have to stick to, because if they're anything like me, something new and shiny comes out and you want to make that, and all the ones that you've got plans for kind of go out the window. So I've done something a little bit different this year. I've seen people who are picking out fabrics and saying they want to use those, and kind of giving a generalized kind of idea of what patterns and things that they want to use, and I think that's a great idea. My grid this year is looking a little bit different. There are some 100% I'm going to make this patterns in there, but there are also kind of categories of things, because I, as I say, get distracted by shiny new patterns, so I'm kind of like, oh, I want to make that, but I've tried to put things in the grid that work well with the things that I need in my wardrobe. So the very first one is t-shirts. Now, if you've watched my daily waffles, you will know that I have a love affair with the Minerva Crafts viscose jersey, and they have it in 102 colours, but majority of those colours are sold out. But if you go back in every now and again and just check through the list, some of them miraculously come back into stock, even though it's not a reorderable fabric. I don't know if they've stashed bolts somewhere and they found them or something. Over the last year, I have accumulated 26 lengths of that jersey, and in my wardrobe currently, I have 4 t-shirts. 3 plain t-shirts, 1 pattern t-shirt that I wear on rotation. I said this in, I think it was in the November plans, I'm going to do t-shirt week. I'm going to take a week, and I had the great idea of like, oh, pick a pattern, make that pattern all one day and then do a new pattern the next day. Great idea, except that I would have to change the thread in my overlocker and cover stitch machine constantly. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to pick 7 patterns, and I'm going to work through them over a week, but it will be kind of in batches of colours that I will do it that way. Hopefully by the end of that week I will have myself a bunch of new t-shirts, which is something I desperately need in my wardrobe, something I have the patterns for and the fabric for. I just now need to sit down and do it, and I think that's one of my things for this year, is to plan my time better. T-shirt week is coming and I shall happily tick off that box on my 2019 Make 9 grid. It will happen. So the next thing I have on the list is PJs, and I did make the closet case patterns Caroline PJs last year and I love them, and I want to make a few more sets of those, but I find that they are not something that I actually find that I want to sleep in. They're something that I want to be seen in. So I wore them on Christmas Day, if you watched that vlog, and I wore them on New Year's Eve as well at my sister-in-law's house. So I would like a few pairs of those, and I have some beautiful cotton silk fabrics that I can use that for. But I have 2 sets of jersey PJs which I basically wear, and they are literally dying a death. Both of them need to be retired. So I've got the fabric for it, and I would just like to make myself some more comfortable PJs. Not the most exciting thing on the list, but something I definitely need, and I'm really looking forward to this time next year when I can do this video and go, I made all nine of my things. So PJs. Okay, having said that, the next one on the list is a cosplay, and rather than be really specific, as I have been for the last 3 years, saying, oh, I really want to do this, and then never doing it, I have just put cosplay. And I have loads of ideas. I would really like to do a female version of the David Tennant brown suit with the Converse, because I have the Converse. I kind of like the idea of making myself a brown pinstripe suit with a trench coat over the top, and yeah, I kind of like that idea. I really want to make the white rabbit that I've mentioned a few times. I would love to work with Warbler. I've got loads and loads of cosplay ideas that I want to do. I haven't yet plucked up the courage to go to any conventions wearing cosplay though, so it's not been one of those ones that I've desperately burningly needed to make, and it's one of those ones that it's like, yeah, I'd like to do that, and then it kind of like goes into the ether because it's a bit scared of it. So I would like to make a cosplay this year. I'm not going to specify which one because I'm not sure yet. Maybe the David Tennant Doctor Who, that could be quite cool, so possibly. Okay, next up is another broad generalization: trousers. I would like to make myself some more trousers this year. Now, over the summer months especially, I have found myself reaching for comfy long trousers, and I have lots of jumpsuits that are zipped and with tight waists and things like that, which look beautiful, but they're not the most comfortable thing to be wearing all day, especially whilst working. So I'd like to make things like the 7131, which I did make last year, and I just need to alter the crotch depth on it. So I need to make some things like that look smart, but they have an elasticated back, so they're going to be super comfortable. And the lovely Melanie treated me to some paper cut patterns trousers, and I can't Palisade trousers for my Secret Santa swap this year, so I would like to make a pair of those. I have, yeah, so comfortable trousers that I can wear daily, and again put on, feel put together, but be comfortable for working from home, as opposed to my constant jogging bottoms and baggy tops. So trousers, some form of trousers. Okay, next up we have the specific pattern that I'm going to throw in there this year, and it is the Ziggi moto jacket from Starlark Patterns. Loads of people have made this, and I love every single version. I already have the fabric for it. It's a metallic faux leather from Textile Express, and I'm really excited about this one. So that is one that I do really want to make. The pattern's 25 quid, so yes, I'm going to maybe treat myself to that for my birthday or something. But I just love the idea of a turquoisey teal, that colour blue moto jacket. So Ziggy jacket, that's definitely going to get made. Okay, so we're back to generalizations. The next one is tops. Now, I'm going to do all the t-shirts, but something that I have noticed is that I tend to make lots of dresses, and my dress wardrobe is utterly full now. I have loads of skirts, but I don't wear them very often, if at all, because I don't have tops that I like to put with them. And I have loads and loads of top patterns, and I would just like to use them. I've got lots of fabrics that I've got stashed away, where I've bought like a metre or a metre and a half kind of cut, so I have the fabrics for them. I just need to pull my finger out and stop getting distracted by the dresses and make the tops to go with the skirts. So tops, mini tops, that's what I would like to tick off. I'm going to tick these off if I even just make one of these things, you know that, right? But yeah, tops. Next up is the Lunar Bag set, and I am going on holiday this year. In fact, I'm hopefully going on 2 holidays this year, and September and October. So I have plenty of time to both pay for my holidays and get all the hardware and interfacing for the Lunar Bag. So I am making it this year. Very excited about the Lunar Bag, so that's going to get made. Okay, the next one's a little bit random, but I bought this pattern from eBay, and after seeing the Baker Boy trend come back in, I used to wear Baker Boy hats all the time, and I would like to make myself one of these, and I bought this Vogue pattern. So yes, I'm going to make myself a hat. I have a feeling that this is one of the ones that I stuck in there because it's like, oh, it's only going to take me an afternoon and it's going to be fine and it'll fit first time out, and just watch me take like a week to make this thing because everything goes wrong. But hat, I'm going to make myself a Baker Boy cap, which I'm quite looking forward to. And then the final thing on my 2019 grid is a evening gown, and as I say, I am going to the dressmakers ball this year, and I'm also hosting my own gala event at the sewing retreat that I'm holding in May. So I have two evening events that need ball gowns. In between those 2 events is my 40th birthday, and Mum has promised to take me to the Royal Hotel for dinner. She took me there for my 21st birthday, so I just really liked the idea of going back there for my 40th, and I would like to dress up for that one. So three evening gowns. I have the fabrics. I have more than enough fabrics to do that. When I say evening gowns, they probably are going to end up being tea-length, because as much as I love the idea of a full ball gown, and I may well do that for the dressmakers ball, for the other 2, I like the idea of tea gowns as well. So yes, ball gowns or evening gowns of some description. That is my 2019 Make 9 plans. They are very, very general, and I'm hoping that for this one I will be able to come to you this time next year and go, I made all 9. I think I've given myself a loose enough parameters to be able to accomplish that, but who knows? Wish me luck. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!